Okay, what's up? Okay, so I'm thinking about the difference between whether I should keep my PlayStation or whether I should go with the PlayStation Pro. Now here's the thing: unless the PlayStation Pro can actually get rid of the screen door effects, it's it's not worth getting. It's not worth spending an extra $100, or if you don't have the system, spending $399, $400 to get a system just for it to improve the graphics just a little bit. Because my thing is, you're still gonna have the screen door effect. Like right now, my television is a 1080, 120 hertz refresh rate. My thing is, and that's the actual refresh rate. It's not upscaled or anything. That's the actual refresh rate. My thing is, like right now, I don't see no screen door effect. I don't see any blur or anything like that. Like I've been playing movies online that was running at 120, that's running at about 90 frames per second, super smooth. Okay, so I know my TV is actually capable of running smooth video. But my thing is, why the fuck would I go and upgrade my PlayStation just to do a little bit better on fucking VR effect? My thing is, PlayStation Pro is not worth getting unless it can get rid of the screen door effect. If you can get rid of the screen door effect, then fine, I'll go ahead and buy you. You're worth getting. But if you can't at least dumb down the screen door effect just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It's not worth getting. It's not worth spending all that extra money for that. I mean, here's the thing: you got to worry about buying the PlayStation system if you don't have one. So that's $400 right there. But then you also got to worry about getting the headset and the whole controllers and stuff like that. So that's another $400 right there. So no, wait, that's another $500. So you're looking at $900 altogether just to get the PlayStation Pro with the headset. If I got that wrong, I do apologize. But my thing is this: why would I spend $900? Okay, are you listening? Why would I spend $900 getting a PlayStation Pro that's supposed to be a little bit better, which I've seen the spec, they're not that huge in jump. Just to get a little bit better VR experience. There's some people who actually said that the Resident Evil 7 actually runs way far better on PlayStation Pro than it does on just the regular PlayStation. But what pisses me off is about these companies that do that bullshit is that they want to come out with the regular system and like, oh, here's the upgraded version, or here's the slim version, right after you get to the point where it's like, okay, I'm not gonna buy the system when it first comes out. I'm gonna save my money up and then I'm gonna get it. So some people end up buying the system like 2 or 3 years into the life cycle, but as soon as they buy it, then all of a sudden you got these companies like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I did that myself. I just got my PS4 not too long ago. I got it during the Black Friday day. I was like, okay, it's on sale, I might as well get it in, because I was kind of skeptical about getting it. I just wanted to see how it was reacting, how the hardware was there any complaints? Because, you know what I'm saying, I don't like to buy shit on day one anymore. It's not like it used to be. It used to be you can get shit on day one and it worked excellent. Now you can't get shit on day one because they so quickly try to throw it out the door and it got a whole bunch of shit wrong with it. So I was like, let me sit back and see what everybody else say about it. So, and then I'm going to go ahead and get it then. But even then, it's like, soon as I got my PlayStation, I kid you not, 5 months later, they was already talking about coming out with the PlayStation Pro. I just spent all this fucking money to get the PlayStation just for you to turn around and say, oh wait, we're coming out with the Pro. So what makes you think I'm going to, like, here's the thing. If they allow people to trade their PlayStation in for a huge discount to get the Pro, then it will be worth it. But if you're sitting up there like, oh man, we're going to get like 60 or 70 bucks for your PlayStation, then fuck you then. I'm not getting the Pro. It's not worth getting. That's just my opinion. Most people might think it's actually worth getting, might get it. But my opinion, especially if you money strapped, it's like, if you're going to get the PlayStation VR, man, just get it. You know what I'm saying? Just get, because here's the thing though. You already got problems with the PlayStation Move controller, because you need a PlayStation camera to read the signals. When you turn away from the camera, it can't read the controllers. That's a fuck up right there. And the thing is, Sony should have set up there and as quick as they developed the headset and it works pretty damn good, Sony should have stood up there and took the time and developed different controllers instead of saying, hey, let's use the currently existing Move controllers so we ain't got to worry about doing no extra R&D for that. No, you should have started, when Morpheus was first announced, you should have started already working on controllers that can actually read back and feed in a 3D space. Because here's the thing, the PlayStation controller you get that comes with your that you get already, that can read in 3-dimensional space without the camera. Like, there's some games that you have for PlayStation that not only can they read the axis and the tilt, but they can read how it moves within a 3D space. I've actually seen games that track my controller and I was able to move within a 3D space and it read all those movements. I don't even have a PlayStation camera and it was still able to do that. So how is it that it can sense that, find the position within the 3D? That's what it needs to do. Maybe they need to come up with software or an update that once the camera reads your controllers, it reads that access point as the origin within a 3D space. Because you can use a camera, the PlayStation Eye camera, to actually scan the room if you wanted to. They should come up with some software that will actually allow it to do that. So that way it can use the camera, read the area, map it out, and then come up with a point in which you read your controllers, like say a point right here in which you hold the controller and it reads it within the 3D space. So then when you move your controller like this, whether the camera's looking at it or not, it can still read the movements of the controller within a 3D space. I'm just saying, look, I ain't no software video game designer. I'm just saying this as maybe this is something they should try to do. But the thing is, it'll be hard, because see, there's a lot of things to consider when it comes to VR, because I'm trying to decide between PlayStation VR or just get the Vive and just get an upgraded computer and just spend all that money just to get that. Because the thing is, I'm wondering, if I do get the PlayStation VR, okay, the controllers, that's one problem, that's one obstacle. Okay, now, can it read any VR treadmills for the PlayStation? That's another thing. Because if I'm going to buy it, I might as well just go for the full, immersion. So I want to get a VR treadmill, and only one VR treadmill is technically out right now, and that's the Virtuous Omni. And to me, I don't like the design of it. I mean, it probably works good. I just don't like the limitation designs of it. And I heard of the Catwalk, which is basically almost the same concept, but it doesn't have that little flaw right there where you got that ring around you, which most people say they don't notice. But I just want a little bit more freedom when I move in VR. And then you got to worry about the Cyber Virtualizer, which I haven't heard anything from them, so I just kind of like gave up on them, like whatever. So it's like I'm thinking several steps ahead. I'm thinking next year when it comes to VR, because I'm like this, and I'm like a lot of consumers. When you spend money, when you buy a product, you want that product to last. Like when you buy a computer, you want that computer to at least last you like several years. You see what I'm saying? At least last 5 years. You know what I'm saying? When I get laptops, I want to make sure they last more than 5 years. Because I'm like, if I'm spending, like, say for instance, $500 on a laptop, it better be $100 a year. Heck, it can be $80 or $70 a year. But I don't want to get something and then end up either regretting the purchase or it's not being worth the purchase. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, I'm probably not going to get the VR on day one, because I want to see how not only other people's reactions to it, but are they going to come out with anything to actually improve some aspects of the VR, or is they going to come out with better perpetuals that you can use for the VR? Because I'm like, if you could make a VR treadmill for the PlayStation, you got it. Sony should have done that. I mean, Sony already came out with the headsets when they heard, Oculus, Sony actually been developing this way before then. But they still came out with the headset. Man, when they first heard about the VR treadmill, Sony should have jumped on that and started developing, designing for it. But that's just my opinion. So it's like, if you got it's like capitalize on it. You got the PlayStation, or somebody who has a PlayStation VR, you got the VR headset. Make that treadmill. Capitalize on that shit. That treadmill can probably cost another $500 even. You know what I'm saying? If it costs another 500. It's still cheaper than the treadmill they have out now. You know what I'm saying? And I know Sony can do it. It ain't like they can't do it. You see how quick they can't, you know, they made the VR headset, how comfortable they made it. You put the, I'm like this, when I put the HTC Vive on my head, I can feel it's there. Yes, it looks better, way better. It's crispier. It has full room scale and all that. Yes, I enjoy that. But at the same time, Sony's headset is so comfortable, you forget it's on your head. And that's the thing. And really, the only issue you have with the screen door effect is when objects really get up close, then you really see the screen door effect. But other than that, when objects are like a certain distance away, you don't see it as much. And then another thing you got to think about is when it comes to VR is that I was going to say something about the whole room scaling, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh yeah, the whole room scale. It's like when I think about it, HTC and Vive. I said HTC and Vive. I'm a stupid motherfucker. The Vive and the Rift. Both of them claim you gotta have these expert settings and get these real expensive ass computers just to run VR. But then when you look at the PlayStation, even though it has some components with it, it's way less powerful than the PC, but it can still run VR. Even the Pro with upgraded specs is still around, you know, average gaming PC, not lower, but average gaming PC, and that system's only, you know, $399. So why I keep getting companies telling me, oh man, you gotta get this really expensive $1,000 computer just to run this $800 headset, unless it's a selling point. Because you get some companies who do that. You get people who make deals with other people to say, hey, I got this deal going on. If you want your product to sell, cut me in a little bit of the money, and I'll put my product out there and say, hey, you have to use this product if you want it to work. And then that way, like, say for instance, if Oculus was to be like, hey, we can tell people they need these high specs and they need this type of computer. Okay, build this type of computer, make it $1,000, and then whatever you make on that $1,000, let me get 20% of it, because I'm the reason why your computers are selling in the first place. And then the people like, well, okay. So they build a computer that's $1,000, that's over necessary, and then say that you need these specs in order to run this headset. So if people want to get the headset and spend like $600 to get the headset, then they still got to spend another $1,000 to get the computer. And so I looked at it, and it's like, I know I shouldn't compare it like that, but I'm like, if I look at the PlayStation Pro and it can run VR just fine, why can't an average PC also run VR just fine? Do you see what I'm saying? And it's like, they say that the Vive, I've seen the Vive is a little bit better than the PlayStation VR, but it's not leaps and bounds better. If it was leaps and bounds better, I would understand that. You would justify it. Even if it was running at like 4K for each eye, I would still understand the need for you to get $1,000 or more computer. But for it to be just, you know, a few steps up from the PlayStation VR and looking at what you need in order to run the PlayStation VR and what you need to run the Vive and Oculus, it seems like the computers that is borderline crazy for me spending that much money. So that's the reason why it makes the PlayStation VR such a better option, because of the simple fact is that you already got people who either got the PlayStation, like 43 million people have PlayStations, so all they gotta do is just buy the bundle, which I've now seen at these stores, they jacked up the price on the Move controllers. Because at first they were saying, oh man, you can get a new one for like 25, 35 bucks. As soon as they find out you can use it for VR, it's like, oh man, let's go ahead and sell them for 50 bucks a piece. So you have to get the bundle. They make it the way you have to get the bundle. And not a lot of people have the PlayStation camera. So you, either way it go, you have to get the bundle. There's no other way to go about it. I just wish that when it comes to the PlayStation VR, they made better controllers to work within a 3D environment. That I wouldn't mind. Do you see what I'm saying? So in the end, when you think about it, it's up to how much you want to spend, or what you already have. If you already have a gaming PC and you at least got the GTX 970 graphics card, go with the Vive. I'm not too keen on Oculus, and I'm gonna be honest with you. You don't put $2 billion in a fucking headset unless you got some extra plans for it. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't care if I sit up there and think VR is gonna be big. I wouldn't even put $2 billion. I can see if it's like 100 million or something like that. You know, just $2 fucking billion. Who the fuck has $2 billion thrown around and be like, yo, let's throw $2 billion in that? No, they gonna want that investment back. And they, like I said, or they plan on doing some shit with it. And I'm sitting here like, If it was anybody but Facebook, I would have went with the Oculus. Heck, even if it was Microsoft. Well, hold up, I'll take that back. I can't believe I said that. But anyway, like I said, man, it's like it's confusing when it comes to VR, man. It's like I get real pissed off about it because it's like it's something I want to keep experiencing, because like I said, I tried the demos. Awesome. It's like it's something I want to keep experiencing, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to drop. Here's the big issue. And I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna go. My biggest issue is I don't want to drop $400-500 just for them to say they're gonna come out with something better next year. That's what pisses me off. I understand technology keep moving and moving and moving, but I want, like I said, I want to get something that lasts me a long time. Like if I get this headset, if it runs for good for 3 years, I'm happy with that. But I'm not gonna get the headset for you to turn around a month later and be like, oh man, we got this new PlayStation VR version headset that's coming out next year, and it's gonna be $500. That will piss me the fuck off. That will piss anybody off. I understand technology is moving fast, but the thing is, technology is not only moving fast, but there's different areas of it. When we just streamline into just one section and it's moving fast, that irritates a lot of people. So it's like games, like right now, game systems are so powerful, they shouldn't be lasting 5 years. They should be going on for double that. You know what I'm saying? And people should be focusing on the software aspect of it. But now you got people who are not real. I'm gonna put it like this: you're not a real gamer if you complain about the graphics too much. There's plenty of games that came out that had good graphics, like, oh man, this looks so real. Wow, that's not the point of a video game. It's called a game for a reason. And the graphics look great, but the game is fucking garbage. I'm not gonna mention The Division, but what I'm saying is these games look good, but they're garbage. I'd rather have an average looking game with excellent gameplay than a game that looks, oh, it's so realistic, like DMC, Devil May Cry. Those graphics, they look regular, but man, that gameplay was off the hook. Ninja Gaiden, which I'm surprised they haven't came out with a Ninja Gaiden yet. What's taking them so long? Team Ninja, what's taking you so long? Anyways, Ninja Gaiden, it looks pretty good. It's smooth graphics. It don't look realistic, but it looks good enough. But the gameplay is awesome. And I would rather have good gameplay than super realistic graphics. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to it, it's like gamers are actually mad about this type of stuff because they're intimately into it. And a lot of people look at gamers and be like, oh, you're an idiot, and you're dumb, you're stupid, and this and that. No, it's not. It's not being stupid. Like, let me check my battery. Okay. Sorry about that. It's not being stupid. A lot of people don't realize is that when you play games, it improves your cognitive abilities. It improves your memory, it improves your speed, it improves your reaction time, it improves your work skills. Like I can't think of the damn word, but basically it makes you a better tactician when it comes to life because you're able to think within a matter of like nanoseconds compared to like milliseconds with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it helps improve your brain, and a lot of people don't realize that. Also, what video games do is they relieve stress. I'm gonna put it to you like this: video games don't make you kill people. They do the direct opposite. If a person's stressed all day, I'm gonna be honest with you, person stressed all day, he wanna hurt somebody, he wanna break somebody's fucking neck. Instead of him doing it in real life, he goes turn on his game, he breaks the motherfucker neck in the game. Okay? That he lets his stress out in the game. I think VR is gonna be a big help when it comes to that. VR is gonna be therapeutic. Put that headset on your head, you knock some motherfuckers out, and then, okay, you good again. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me go to my corner, put my headset on, knock motherfuckers out. So I want to do it in real life. You know what I'm saying? It actually, it's like therapy. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why a lot of people are serious when it comes to VR or when it comes to anything that has to do with video game. Because it's like, if I'm going to invest in this, I want it to be right. I know it's not going to be perfect, but I want it to be right. Do you see what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, if you're going to invest into it, just go ahead and invest into it. If you can't afford to invest into it, then you can't afford to invest into it, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? If you want to experience VR, just go to PlayStation route. It's a lot cheaper. And if you can afford it, go to HTC Vive route. It's a lot more expensive, but it's a way better experience and way better immersion, especially with the full scale. I wish Sony had thought of something like that. At least have it to where you can hook like 2 separate cameras up to your PlayStation and have it to where it can scan the entire room. You know what I'm saying? They might come out with some technology like that in the future. You know what I'm saying? I can tell 100 things they might come out with right now. Just like other people like, oh man, they need to come out with this and this and that. Heck, I know right now they might design a VR treadmill which can move in 3D space and can hold at least 300 pounds of you just freely moving. Like, you know, NASA might come out with something like that. There's a lot of possibilities when they come out with VR. Oculus woke it up again. Okay, VR was trying to be done back several years ago. It wasn't done right. But Oculus kind of woke it up again. And it's funny because it's like, as soon as Oculus woke it up, nobody really knew how Oculus was doing it. But then you got the other companies who are already coming out with headsets that have that same concept already. So it's not like Oculus went and told everybody their specs and said, hey, this is how we made it. It's like that it was already in the making. It's like everybody was already developing these technologies. Oculus was just the first to say it. You know what I'm saying? So we got the concept. We just got to get to that point. Because like I said, within 10 years, I promise you, I'm going to tell you this right now. The way VR started out, the way it is, within 10 years, we're going to get to the point of full immersion where not only do we see the world, it's going to control all 5 of our senses. We're going to smell it. We're going to taste it. We're going to touch it. I'm telling you, we're going to hear it. We already got technology right now that has touch with the force feedback. You got sight, you got smell with the thing that you can put over and you can smell the different smells and stuff like, and you can hear it. Just put it on your headphones and getting that 7.1 surround sound. So, like I said, we're going to get to that point. I just believe that companies, this would be a good time for companies to start concentrating on the consumer. You're going to make money regardless. But this is the big time. This is your big moment to actually concentrate on consumers and start designing products that the consumer wants and design it the way they want. Because either way I go, you're going to make money off of it. Period. It's like cell phones. There's no point in making a bad, super cheap cell phone that don't work because people are going to buy it anyways. So you might as well go ahead and make the product good in the first place because people are going to want to upgrade anyways. So there's no such thing as making a phone to where you never want to upgrade. You're going to make a phone that's good at that moment in time because somebody later on down the line is going to buy it because of like these stupid ass fucking iPhone that this the same fucking phone basically, and people keep buying it every single year. like I said, same concept. Just come out with the best, because people are always going to want to upgrade anyways. Which I think is funny, but people are always talking about how broke they are, but you got the next iPhone that you done paid full price for. I'm not talking about they pay no monthly fee for it. I'm talking about full price, which is stupid in some ways. Others probably got on their little phone plan or whatnot. But like I said, man, when it comes to technology, reason why people are so invested into it is because it takes them, it's like a high, a safe high. It takes them out the worries of the world and what they're going through, and it puts them somewhere else to where they feel empowered, to where they feel like they run shit. And so, like I said, with VR, we need not shortchange. So far, the reason why I'm leaning towards PC is because of the simple fact that PlayStation decided to say, oh, we're not going to let you, when it came to Fallout 4, oh, well, we're not going to let you do mods. Oh, that pissed everybody off. Xbox, you can do mods. PC, you can do mods. Sony wants to turn around and say, oh, we're not going to let you do mods. Okay, time for me to jump to PC now. Because the thing of the matter is that that's the reason why I went on ahead. That's another reason why I went on ahead and got the PlayStation anyways, because I heard that when Fallout 4 comes out, you can use mods on there. And then when I seen the mods you can use, I'm like, okay, these ain't real mods. I'm talking about like mods like you get on PC. But then they turn around like, oh, well, you're not going to get those. So I was like, you mean to tell me I spend all this fucking money getting a PlayStation and getting Fallout 4 for PlayStation, and you tell me I'm not getting any fucking mods? I could have spent that money and bought a fucking PC and got Fallout 4 on PC. And then Sony turns around and is like, well, we let you do mods, but we only let you do mods that's already in the game files. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I almost said fuck something. You see what I'm saying? I'm getting to the point where I'm just like, I'm gonna just go straight PC. And when I looked at it, I was like, why didn't I just go PC before? It's cheaper. When you think about it, it's cheaper. Say for instance, you want to upgrade a graphics card. You don't have to buy a brand new fucking computer to do it. You can just buy the graphics card and upgrade it. You want your computer fast? You want it faster? Upgrade the RAM. You want a new CPU? Change it. Take it off the motherboard. Put some more this thermite or something on there, you know, to help it keep the chip cool, and you're good to go. You can't do that with game systems. You can't do that so easily with game systems. Okay? So if you want a better game system, you gotta just keep buying every year. I'm like, if you want a better PC, you just add a part on. You know what I'm saying? And PC has almost the same games as Xbox and PlayStation has anyways. So like I said, I was a console fan since back in the Nintendo days. Nintendo just pissed me off with some of their dumbass business decisions that I went and started messing with Sony. And that's when I got like my PlayStation 3, and I was like, okay, this is good. Sony's been good. Online gameplay, used to play all the time, every single day, man. I used to play. And then they come out with the PlayStation 4, and they're like, hey, you're going to have to pay to play with your friends online. And it's like, what? So, I mean, it's business decisions that they make, to make extra money. I can't be mad at it, because that's what, business do. They got to make money. They got to please their investors and stuff like that. But it's like, you make money when you please your consumer base. You don't treat your consumer base like shit. And that's what I've noticed, like Xbox, as it is, start making big bold moves when they start seeing PlayStation, when they start seeing Sony kind of fucking up. And then now they come out with the HoloLens, which is like a little small box. It's basically like this right here in front of you, of just VR space. It's not even like the full glasses. It's just like that much of VR. Yeah, I tried those out too. It's not really that. It's like the same as if you took your cell phone and put it in front of your face, and you had the augmented reality app on there. That's basically all it is. I'm thinking you talking about full over the lenses VR. Like, no, that's as much VR as you get. But like I said, I heard Microsoft improved on that, and like I said, man, some of these companies, they making big moves.